Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. All praise is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most merciful, and peace and blessings be upon His Prophet Muhammad, upon his family and all his companions. Prominent guests, respected judges, and dear all. It is my great pleasure to speak on the topic of water scarcity and its solution. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم كلوا واشربوا ولا تسرفوا إنه لا يحب المسرفين. Eat and drink and do not be extravagant. Surely Allah does not like the extravagant. Surah Al-Araf, chapter number 8, verse number 31. Dear audience, as we all know this fact that water is ultimate source of life on our planet Earth. It is so quintessential for the living species that no life is possible without it. After all, human bodies consist of 70% of water. It is still possible for us to sustain ourselves without food for a month. But without water, we cannot survive even for a few days. This water is extremely essential to sustain life on earth. Dear brothers, the earth is now facing many problems, such as climate change and droughts, and all of them result from human activity. Water scarcity is one of the biggest challenges because safe drinking water is reducing year by year. Nothing can survive without water, including human beings. That is why it is a collective responsibility of every human being to take initiative to protect clean water from decreasing. According to Wikipedia, water scarcity is the lack of sufficient available water resources to meet the demands of water usage within a region. It already affects every continent and around 2.8 billion people around the world at least 1 month out of every year. More than 1.2 billion people lack access to clean drinking water. Dear audience, there are multiple factors which cause water scarcity. Some key factors are like deforestation, use of rivers and lakes for human dwellings, overuse of water, water pollution and droughts, etc. Overuse of water is a huge issue that a lot of people are dealing with. Water is overused on people, animals, land, or any other number of things. The Holy Quran clearly condemns the wasting of water. The Holy Prophet, whose life is a practical example of the teachings of Quran, himself condemned the wasting of water by saying, "Do not waste water, even if you were at a running stream." Sunan Ibn Majah 425. In another hadith where Prophet Muhammad saw a companion who was performing ablution using water unnecessarily, the Prophet disapproved his action of wasting water. He was surprised and asked, if one could waste water when performing ablution? The Prophet replied that one must not waste water even on the banks of a flowing river. Subhanallah. Listen again these golden words of Prophet and remember who replied that one must not waste water even on the banks of a flowing river. Dear brothers, water scarcity affects all the living and non-living beings very badly. The biggest problem that happens when you have water scarcity is that people are not able to get fresh, clean drinking water. If there is no water that can be used in order to help water the crops, you are going to have people that are going hungry. Animals will also die, which will result in a lack of meat as well. Water scarcity, in short, causes starvation to occur en masse for both people and animals. If you don't have access to clean water, you will be more likely to get diseases from the water that you have. Whether you are drinking the water or using it for bathing, those diseases will get into the body, and in a number of cases, the people carrying those diseases will pass away. Without access to clean water, there is no way to clean food, dishes, or people. When people are not given access to proper sanitation, disease enter their body and become an issue. Dear intellectuals, now let's talk about the solutions for water scarcity. There are plenty of opportunities out there that people can use in order to learn more about the world around them. By educating those who are not dealing with water scarcity, they can be in a position to help. Those who are dealing with it can get educated on how they can prevent the problem from becoming even worse in the future. There are plenty of technologies out there that allow you to recycle rainwater and other water that you may be using in your home. Consider learning about how you can recycle the water. Not only does it help to prevent water scarcity, but it can save you some money as well. So as we have known, there are a lot of things that we need to consider when we are looking at water scarcity and how we can deal with it. If we start to look at this issue as a whole and we work hard to make sure that we are able to make a difference when it comes to this widespread issue, believe me, we are going to be in a much better place to help people all over the world in preventing this issue from getting worse. Here I conclude my speech. وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ. Thank you. Jazakumullahu khairan.